Hello, how you guys doing today? I'm Jules. Thank you for coming back for another weekly cross-stitching update about everything that's going on with Stitching Jules channel and some fun news coming up a little bit later in the video. But first off, you'll notice that the partial board is back with some of my works that are in progress, or WIPs as we like to call them. And the reason why the board is back is because yeah, the move is off, and so we were going to move. I shouldn't say the move is off. The move is postponed to 2021, and the reasoning behind that is I completely forgot about a little thing that we did to kind of tie up our house earlier in the year, and we did it for a very good reason and business type things, and so it kind of prevents us from going anywhere right now. And I'm sure that when we did it, I said, it'll be fine. We're not planning on moving anytime soon. And then we went crazy the last couple of months and got it in our heads and felt like we needed to rush. And it was really like a snowball out of control going downhill. It really was. And it was Saturday that we finally realized, wait a minute, we can't do this. And when I double checked it, it kind of provided me with a big sense of relief too, because there's so much going on all over the place with us right now that it just wasn't really a good idea to kind of press ourselves that way. But it has now opened up for me to do something else, which we're going to get to in a minute here. But because of that change in plans, went ahead and got some more cross-stitch progress done. Now, last week, okay, I know how I say one thing one week and I say the complete opposite another week. It's what I do in real life too. I'm constantly changing my mind, and that's just how things go. But so I said I was only going to focus on certain projects. Well, now hopefully I can kind of branch out a little bit more and do some more of these different projects that I've been kind of wanting to get to, but I just haven't yet. So I stitched on 3 different ones this week. I do 3 like this. I know a lot of people do this. That's difficult. It hurts like through here, so I always do 3. It's just a lot easier. But I worked on 3 separate projects this week, and I actually took Reaper off of the stand, off of the roller frame, I should say. And the reason why I did that was because I got a little tired of stitching it, and I really wanted to try out Rainy Waterloo Place. I apologize for the birds; they're very talkative. So I pulled Reaper off, and I just want to show you how far I've gotten on Reaper here. So I kept him on the bars, on these bars, but I definitely got some more done. Actually, I can unroll so you guys can really see how much further down we got. But super happy with it. I need to put it back on the roller frame so I can get some more progress done on it. But I did a fair bit. It's time to get back to it at some point here. But I like these little end frames here because then I can just roll it up. And it looks like one of those old scrolls from back in the day when they would open them up like that. And so what I did was I put Rainy Waterloo Place. I had some really long, where did I put it? It's right around here somewhere. I had some super long roller scroll rods. Bleh. And so I went ahead and I put it on there. I'm going to turn it like this so you guys can actually see it from way back here. And so we got that. And so what I did was I actually ended up holding it in my lap because when I set this up, it's a little loose, and I can't get it tighter right now. Maybe you guys can help me out with this, but when I try and tighten this part, the rods basically, or the scroll rods, want to kind of bow in a little bit, and I don't want to break it. So I've got 4 little, extension or side tensioners on this. So hopefully, so it helps, but it's just not as tight down, in this area that I want it to be. So I went ahead and, why is my light, sorry, my light got all weird there for a second. So I went ahead and just kind of held it in my lap and sort of stitched this way. I know that I could turn it to the side and stitch, but that just seems kind of weird to me. And I don't know, I just didn't want to do it that way. So I did get some more stitching done all throughout here, and I need to find a better way of, I might take it off the scroll rods and put it back in the hoop for a little bit until I can figure out how to get this in a way that I can stitch better with. Does that make sense? I don't know. Sometimes I just don't make sense. I know that. Okay, and then the third piece that I worked on was Dachshund. And I'm going to actually release Dachshund as a, I'm going to take it out of the hoop here, as the Stitch with Me this week. I'll probably work on it again tomorrow or tomorrow being Thursday. Sorry, I've changed this up a little bit, and my camera this time is down on the lower left, and I keep forgetting to look at that so that I'm truly looking at you guys. I keep wanting to look up, and it's not there. So anyway, so I got this far done. So I basically finished up some more purple over here, and then I came down. There's this one of these little motifs supposed to go right there, but I just went around it, and I got down to where the blue is. Now, if you look at over here, you can see that there's a get it. Oh, and it went flying. I'm gonna step on that later. And so you can see that it turns the blue from purple here. So that just kind of shows that last third or so of the pattern. But I really wanted to just move further down and just kind of see where we were with that. So thankfully now the predominant color is going to be blue instead of purple. So there we go. There we go. But anyway, making some good progress there. I ordered some more of the... what do you call these? The rods on the end. The fixer rods. Let's call them the fixer rods. And so I ordered some more of these, and I ordered a couple smaller of the scroll rods. But you know how hard it is to get supplies right now. Poor guy's for the roller frame is just working his behind off, and he just can't keep up with the orders. So keep them coming, people. Keep them coming. And so I still love it. I still think it's absolutely fantastic, but I think I'm only going to truly see progress on it when I use a smaller project right now, until I can kind of figure out how to make things a little bit better there. So what else was I going to tell you guys about? So yeah, so the house thing is off, and I think that's it for the cross stitch stuff. But oh yeah, anyway, so since the move is off, I had to go dig everything else. Thankfully, one of the last things that I did before last week was I boxed up my storage, my cross stitch storage stuff, which was basically just the bins I had with, you know, they were up on the wall, and I had pulled all the bins down and put them in a box. And I was thinking, oh man, I need that floss back. And thankfully, the floss was that box of stuff was actually still in the garage. It was one thing that hadn't been moved yet, so I was able to find that, grab it, and put it back up. And so so now I'm back to all my floss and getting all that squared away, I should say. So yeah, so I can open myself up to some more patterns, but I kind of have a big thing I want to talk to you guys about. We've been... Did I just say that twice? I think I just said that twice. All right. Brain not working, guys. Not working. So... Oh, there's two things that I got to talk to you guys about. One is this gentleman right here, Ronnie Rowe, who is the sweetest man and just really, really cool, awesome dude overall. Now, Ronnie, I was talking to him recently, and he really doesn't know how many people actually finish his projects. He doesn't think a whole lot of people finish his projects. He thinks it's probably, you know, you may start them, but he's like, they're big pieces. I mean, would people actually finish these pieces? Now, you guys know that I've been working on U.S. Capitol, but I haven't worked on it in quite a while. But I have 3 completed Ronnie Rowe projects, and I need to send him pictures of those. But I think that you guys ought to send him an email, and I think that would be a really good idea with a picture. I gotta make sure that I get his email address correct here, but I think y'all ought to send him a picture of your... Actually, you know what? You can just go to his website, RonnieRoweDesigns.net or .com. Ronnie Rowe Designs. Let's look it up real quick while we're talking to each other. But I think y'all are like just email bomb him and say, hey, Ronnie, guess what? We do finish your patterns. We love your patterns. RonnieRoweDesigns.com. RonnieRowe Designs.com. So, yeah, that would be cool. That would be very cool. So, So basically my new thing, because I always have something new. I always have like 5, 8, 12 things going on at the same time, and it's what makes me have a hard time finishing things sometimes. But I actually finally have had the proper kick in the butt to start looking at designing my own patterns. And when I say designing my own patterns, I haven't gotten so far as to design them yet, other than to say that I am taking some things from both my life and from things that I like online and trying to create good patterns out of them. Okay, so maybe that is designing. I'm not normally an artistic person, and I know that I cross stitch, but I don't draw, I don't paint, I don't create, let's say that. But this is sort of something that I've thought about for a long time. I just wasn't sure if it was something that I could do or not. And I have somebody helping me out, and we're working on it. And so I'm learning, and I'm really excited about what I might be able to bring to the table in terms of cross-stitch design. So you guys know what I like. You guys know the patterns. There's a wide variety of patterns that I like. And mostly what I like is something that it speaks to me. So if I'm going to do patterns, I want to find things that I think will speak to others and that people will enjoy and want to stitch and put up on their walls or wherever they want to put them up. And so I would love some suggestions as far as what you feel like you would like to stitch but have yet not seen out there in terms of possibilities for patterns. I have probably about 4 or 5 that I think that are doable. Not just doable, but actually good. And so that's the other thing is like, I don't want to put stuff out that just stinks. I don't want to put stuff out that is just like what someone else does. Like, I don't want to be accused of, well, you're doing exactly what so-and-so does. And so I want to be different. I want to be unique. But I also want to be somebody you can rely on for a good pattern. For not just the picture looks good when it's done, but the experience of stitching it is also a good one. We definitely have all had our share of getting patterns at times that just either don't stitch the way we want them to, or they're just not fun to stitch for whatever reason. And so I'm definitely open to suggestions, ideas, criticisms when they need to be said, all of those things. And so so my focus right now is on more topics that I enjoy that are public domain. So no possibilities of copyright issues. But the other thing that I'm doing, and I hope you guys really like this part, is that I'm actually wanting to bring some of my work into cross-stitch patterns. So we take a lot of pictures of like some of the cutest dogs and cats that you've ever seen. And some of the poses that we get and some of the facial expressions that we get from our patients are just adorable. And so I'm trying to find a way to migrate those in a way that is as expressive on cross stitch as it is on a photo. So I'm kind of working on that a little bit, but it may end up having a whole series of stuff like that. They're not in the same, they're not like the black and white. At this point, I'd love to learn how to do that, but they're not like the black and white kind of things. Now, I will have obviously some vintage stuff because I love vintage patterns. Will I stitch any of them myself? Yeah, I'm sure I will. But I have all these other things that I've promised myself and I want to stitch. I mean, everything that's up on this wall behind me are projects that I love and I have a reason for wanting to stitch them. I just need more time. And I also need the motivation. So, but anyway, so that's kind of what's going on right now with me in my head. And honestly, I've been working on this for a while right now, and I only just mentioned it on the Twitch stream on Sunday, but it's been something that I've already put a lot of hours into it, and I am hopefully going to have something to show you guys soon, very soon, like My goal is first week of September, but we'll see. And I will actually have those for purchase on my website, my blogs, which is stitchingjules.com. We're going to do another little mini revamp of the site. I've revamped that site so many times, but I'll make it so that the designs are like front and center so you guys can see them. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about it. So I hope you guys are excited too, and I hope that, you know, like I said, one of the things that I love about this community is the diversity and the ever increasing quantity of personalities and minds and likes and dislikes and things like that when it comes to cross stitching. We can totally make this a very mainstream, popular hobby that brings more people in, that widens our enjoyment. You know, if you stitch something you love and maybe there's a friend or someone in your family that also like looks at it and goes, wow, that's actually really cool. Like, I can do that. I can stitch this beautiful thing and put it up on my wall. It'll be awesome. And, you know, cross stitching is a solitary, a solitary thing that you do, but it's definitely fun when you stitch with others, and it can be a really great way to connect with people right now while everything is going on, and even beyond, because who knows how long this is going to be like this. And so I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Let's see, what else going on? That's about it. Will somebody please send rain to Colorado? We have not hardly had any in weeks, and we are very dry. So, outside of that, I think I'm good. I think I've babbled on for long enough. Speaking of babblers, my tower babble that I do want to get back to at some point. But, yeah, I think that's it. So let me know what you guys think in terms of suggestions. I know that I didn't do any kind of a giveaway today. I still have more to give away. The individual who won the last prize, it is on its way. You should be getting it in the next couple of days, I hope. And it is something that I hope you enjoy a great deal, because it was a really, Stone Street Stitchworks? It was a really great pattern. And I have more patterns also to give away. So we're not going to do them like every single week. We're going to space them out a little bit. And also when I get to a point where I'm doing my own stuff, I'll be giving my own stuff away. So I love helping you guys out whatever I can. I had somebody reach out to me today on a video, Al, and thank you, Al, for reaching out to me about your question, and I hope I answered it sufficiently. Sometimes I fall behind on YouTube comments. I know I do, but if you reach out to me via what you call it on the website, there's a contact form on the website, and if you reach out to me that way, it just flashes right up in front of my face basically, so I can't miss it. So if you have any concerns that way or any questions, whatever, just reach out. So other than that, I think I'm gonna end up putting Reaper or Dachshund up on the old front roller frame and stitch some here. So I will see you guys soon. If it's Thursday or Sunday, I'm streaming in the mornings on Thursday and Sundays. I start roughly about 8:30, 9 o'clock Mountain Time, and I stitch for about 2 to 2.5 hours. Actually, let's just say I talk for 2 to 2.5 hours. I don't always get a lot of stitching done. So, and I think that's it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll be seeing y'all soon, okay? Take care. Happy stitching, all right? Be safe.